It started with her, my wife's mother, the self-proclaimed queen of the company. "A raise?" she scoffed. "You should be grateful we even keep you." The others followed, like trained dogs. The CFO smirked into his coffee. My wife's father cleared his throat, pretending it was just a joke. Even my wife, sitting across the table as HR director, couldn't meet my eyes. I sat there, watching the room I'd helped build turn into a circus. And I smiled, because in that moment, something inside me quietly broke and reformed into steel. They'd forgotten who made the company's systems run, who negotiated the contracts, who cleaned up their financial disasters behind closed doors. For years, I had been the ghost that kept them afloat. When I married into the family, it was their idea for me to join the firm. "You'll be one of us," her mother said. "We trust you." I believed her. I believed all of them. I should have noticed the pattern earlier. The meetings I wasn't invited to, the pay freeze despite record profits, the temporary title that never became permanent. My wife would tell me, "Just give it time. Mom's old-fashioned. She'll come around." She never did. Instead, she came around with a knife in her smile. 2 months before that meeting, I stumbled upon the first clue. A forwarded email, by accident or maybe fate. Her mother's message to the board. "Once the merger closes, we'll phase him out quietly. He'll sign whatever we put in front of him if she asks him to." She, of course, being my wife. That was the moment the temperature inside me changed. The anger wasn't loud. It was quiet, methodical, cold. I stopped drinking their wine, stopped trusting the good morning smiles, started documenting everything. By day, I played the loyal husband, the diligent employee. By night, I was building my exit and their downfall. I traced every hidden payment, every falsified invoice, every deal they'd buried in offshore accounts. All of it stored neatly, with timestamps and digital signatures, in a secure drive under my name. They wanted to phase me out? Good. I'd make the transition easy and permanent. While they laughed at their dinners, I reached out to the company we were merging with, their biggest competitor. Quietly, discreetly. I shared everything the board didn't want the public to see. The misuse of investor funds, the fake valuation reports, the inflated contracts signed by my mother-in-law herself. The competitor was more than interested. They offered me a position and an opportunity to expose the fraud during due diligence. I said yes. So when that review meeting came, when they sat around the table judging my worth, I was already gone. She leaned back, grinning. "Maybe next year, if you prove yourself." I stood, calmly. No raised voice, no theaters. I placed a thick white envelope in front of her. "Thank you," I said, and I walked out. She called after me laughing. "Running away already?" I didn't answer. 3 days later, the emails started, then the calls, then the panic. Because when they opened that envelope, they found a letter addressed not to them, but to the board of directors of the acquiring company. A detailed report of every illegal financial maneuver they'd orchestrated, every falsified document, every dollar misused. And below it, a signed transfer confirmation from me, their grateful employee, to the new company's compliance division. Within hours, the merger was frozen. Within days, the authorities were involved. And within a week, my wife's parents were under investigation. The office that once mocked me was in chaos. Resignations, audits, news headlines. My wife tried calling, then texting. "You didn't have to do this." Didn't I? She had known. She'd chosen silence. Silence is complicity. When I didn't respond, she sent one last message. "They're ruined." I stared at the screen for a long time, then typed back, "So was I." Now I sit in my new office. Corner view, city lights washing the glass in gold. The nameplate on the desk reads Director of Compliance. I don't smile often anymore, but when I do, it's real. They wanted gratitude. They got precision. They wanted loyalty. They got exposure. And in the end, they learned. The quiet ones don't beg for power. They build it. And when the time comes, they use it.